How's it going right there, eh? It's Denis here from Denis Loves You Outdoors. Back up at the woodlot at the off-grid cabin site. So I rented a rock breaker. There it is right there. So that worked a lot better than the other jackhammer I had. So I knocked it down a little over a foot and kind of flattened it out a little bit, so that's more close to the same elevation. I think there's a difference of about 6 inches or so from one end to the other. So over on this front end, there's the mark there, so I probably got to raise that about 2 feet. Trying to get my shadow out of there. 2 feet. That's my dad. My dad's leaving. He's just driving my truck for me. So like I was saying, this is a trench that I dug out here, and so I'm going to fill this up with rock, probably do about 2 feet or so, and then I'm going to sandwich in gravel all in the inside here. So I have a little bit of organic stuff. There's not much because that there's solid rock right there. And what I did is I scraped all this off right to the rock ledge all the way around. So this whole mound is what the cabin's going to be sitting on. So over here on this stake I have 2 marks. So the first mark was before I jackhammered, so I jackhammered it down almost a foot. So I probably got about 2.5 feet. So the plan is I'm just going to keep going around with these big boulders and sandwich it up against all that topsoil, and then gradually taper it off, and then fill this inside with gravel. These are just quick rough marks. So my cabin is going to be, the log cabin portion of it is going to be approximately 16 feet wide and about 22 feet long. So right here, this mark here is about 16 feet over to that stake, and so I got to raise it here about a foot, which is not too bad. And then on the side of the camp, I'm going to have like an overhanging roof, shed roof, and I'm going to have kind of like a shed / garage on the other side, and that's going to be about 12 feet or so. So right there's a little stake. There it is there. That whole mound has to come out. So right where that big rock is, that's where that whole row of rock is going to be going against, and then I'm going to put a whole whack of big rocks, or I'll leave that bank and then put gravel all the way up to it. I didn't do an elevation here, I should have actually. Right here, this mark, that's the other corner of the garage, I guess, or the far end of it, and that had to go up about 5 inches. So you can see it's going to head that way. Moved the outhouse, it was in the way. I actually dug the hole for it, and I didn't bring any 4x4, so I got to put 2 4x4s for it to sit on. So next time I'm up, I'll do that. Running out of space, got a lot of crap, a lot of gravel, a lot of rocks in the way. But it's hunting season, it's bow season right now, but before rifle season, I wanted to get this rock breaking done, and before we get frost in the ground. And then maybe after deer season, if I want to, I can come up here and dig some gravel out of the pit and just fill this in, take my time, and just stockpile. Like my dad, my uncle were in here. I don't have a shortage of rocks. There's rocks everywhere. We grow rocks. So along the road, all the way along, I've been pushing all the rocks to the side and saving them just for something like this. So the other day I was in here, there's a big pine tree I pushed over, which was a shame because it was actually in the way. I was trying to save it and try to work my way around it and all that kind of stuff, but there's another pine tree, and then there's a fir tree right there that I knocked down. They were right in here, so it was just going to be a pain in the butt trying to work around it. And so I said, forget it, I just rip them out. Anyhow, nice day. Actually, yesterday I was rock breaking in the rain, and that really sucked. So, anyhow, a lot nicer day. Going to wrap this up. I got to drive this machine out of here. I got to drive actually both these machines out of here. So drive one and then walk back and then get the other one. Anyhow, that's what's going on here for now. If you think of it, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that kind of good stuff. Thanks for watching. That's the end there, eh?